Hello everyone, I'm Ivan Zulu. I'm a medical doctor from Cameroon and I'm a Mandela Rhodes Scholar class of 2022. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I started a series of videos where I share my experience applying for this scholarship, and I've done two videos already. In the first video, I gave a summary of what the scholarship is all about, a brief summary of what this scholarship is all about, and the foundation providing this scholarship. And in the second video, I replied to some frequently asked questions about the scholarship, and also shared some tips on how to choose rephrase for this scholarship application. This is the third video, and in this video I'm going to be speaking about the two essays that applicants need to submit while applying for this scholarship, which are basically a personal statement or a summary of the applicant, and an essay on a topic that the foundation will provide. So each year the foundation provides or asks applicants to write on a particular topic. Last year you were asked to write on a topic, to write on a subject or a topic that divides the community, your community, and what you think can be the solution to this problem. So that is what we wrote on last year. So in this video I'll basically share tips on as well as speak about these two essays. So I've not made videos with respect to this series of videos for a while now, because I am a Cameroonian, and we recently hosted the 33rd edition of the African Cup of Nations, that is football, and I had the privilege, or was fortunate to be one of the doctors that was selected for the medical coverage of this event. So I was part of the medical team in charge of teams or squads that were lodged in the southwest region of Cameroon, or that played in the southwest region of Cameroon, that is Limbe Omnisport Stadium. So I did a couple of videos on the topic. You can look into my previous videos in my YouTube channel and get to share the little experience I had throughout this moment. So let's come back to this video series. The two essays that you need to submit during this scholarship application. So the first one is a personal statement. So it's important to have at the back of your mind that, as I already said in the other videos, there are some qualities that the foundation is looking for in the applicants, and you need to make sure that anything you're doing in this scholarship application, you try to portray, you try to bring those elements out in every aspect of this application. The other thing you need to have at the back of your mind is that this essay or this part of the scholarship of the application is actually the moment when you get to choose what is being said. You get to choose what you tell the foundation, what you give to the people that are going to make the selection process. So take your time and make sure that these are well done. Every part of the application must be well done, but you should really focus a little bit more on this, because this is a very crucial part of this of the application. And there are some tips that you need to follow, or things that you need to do when writing these two essays. The first thing is that you need to be truthful. All the information you should provide in these essays should be true. You don't want to lie. It's not only for this application, for anything you are trying to apply for. Do not lie. It's good for you not to lie, because you usually say that, I'll say it in French, le mensonge a les coups pieds, il ne court pas vite. So lies do not go very far, if I can put that in English. With lies you cannot go very far. There's an exception to everything. I don't know if some people have made it well in life, telling lies, no problem. But if you want to do things well, do not say lies. Be honest. Give the truth. And also realize that when you are honest, because this procedure is very long, this scholarship application is long, it's pretty long, and if you are telling lies, you will not be able to keep like you'll not be able to remain coherent with all your lies, and at a particular point in time, truth will come out, and once there is a little problem in the application, it's easily noticeable, especially when you're telling lies. And you also know that there is an interview at the end of these scholarship applications, which means that if you are telling lies during this interview, they can bring it out. Like they can bring something out, and because you have been saying a lot of lies, or you have been saying lies, you don't really know where to situate yourself, and that might make you lose the application. So you gain everything by telling the truth. It's better for you to tell the truth. Saying the truth, you are at peace. If it is meant for you, it's going to be for you. You'll be selected. If it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. So that is it. So you want to be truthful. The second thing is you want to be original in both essays. You don't want to go and take somebody's essay. You don't want to go and take something online or people's stuff online and just come and paste. No, you want to be original, because trust me, the foundation or the people reading the applications, they are experts. They have read thousands or hundreds, if I can put it like that, of essays and applications, and they know how to identify something that is not really original, something that is not tangible. Being original doesn't mean that you cannot get inspiration from something. You see, I'll take an example from artists. There are some artists that they are very good at. You just sit and they'll paint something out of nowhere. Others, they will sit and maybe look at a child playing, and then they will get their inspiration from there. Others will maybe take, I don't know, a ball or a pen, and they will look at a pen, and then they bring something out of the pen. They are still original, you see, but they are basing themselves, they are basing their art or their work on something that already exists. So you can do that. You can take something that already exists and come up with your essays on that. No problem. But be original. Be original. And you want to be organized. You want your work to be organized. You want to organize your work. You want that is the next idea. You want your work to be organized. You don't want to throw information anyhow. I'll take an example. For my personal statement, I subdivided it into 4 chapters. You see, I put the heading personal statement, and then I subdivided into 4 chapters. The first one was the family, where I was speaking about my family. I gave a little brief summary about my family. Second one was some sort of early life and education. I started to speak about my early life, and then my basic education, secondary education, and then the third chapter was tertiary education. I spoke about my tertiary education, having my first degree and everything. And in the last paragraph, I spoke about perspective for the future. Like, after all this, how do I project myself into the future? Another tip, you want to make sure that there is some sort of flow between your various, your organized work. You want to make a flow through it. You want it to some sort of storytelling. You want somebody to see, to read, and you don't want to make each paragraph separated from the other one. No, you want them to be linked to each other. You want to see the flow, and then you also want to make sure that your essays they are in line with the other aspect of your application. That is the recommendation from your referees. That is your CV, and the other aspect. Even your studies. You want to make sure everything ties, like everything is interlinked with, at the back of your mind, the selection criteria for the foundation, like what they are looking for in the applicants. So you want that to transcribe through your work. You want that to appear through your work, and you also want to remain logical. So being logical has to do with all this. You want somebody to see, because if, for example, you take your personal statement speaking about you in a different way, something totally different from what your CV is speaking about, from what your referees are speaking about, from what the other essay, the second essay on the topic that the foundation chooses is speaking about. Like, everything is just everywhere. You're speaking about everything at the same time. You are all over the place. It becomes very difficult. It's true, as a human being, you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of things that you have gone through, but you don't want to pour everything. You see, you want to select some a selection. When you're trying to make a salad, you don't just take anything, you just throw inside. No, yes, the salad should have a lot of different things, but you don't want to put everything inside. No, you select what you think is going to be important for this application, what you think is in line with the other aspect of the application, what you think is in line with the scholarship you're applying for. Yeah, and also with what you intend to do in university, because should also see some sort of link between what you're trying to, what you're speaking about in your life, and what you want to do. You want to come and study in South Africa. All of that should be linked. You see, so that is it. And once you have finished writing all this, you want to, after writing everything, you proofread it. Like, try to look for those software that permit you to check the errors, grammatical errors, everything, and you close your computer. Like, give 2 to 3 days. You come back to it, open it back, and read back through your essays, and try to identify. You are going to identify new things eventually when you read. You might even change. You might change everything. You see, you might change all the essays. You might totally modify it. That's what happened to me. Like, I changed it like 2 or 3 times, and you want to close it after doing this correction. You want to close it. You come again 4 or 5 days after. You read it again through. You are going to identify new things, but you should not also change again too much. You see, you should not change all the time. You should not redo everything totally different. No, try to stick on something and go with it. And you can do that 2 or 3 times, and later on you give to a senior or somebody who is superior to you in writing, and you want the person to read through. Explain to the person what you're applying for, and you want the person to read through. You can even still look for a scholar, a Mandela Rhodes Scholar, and try to ask him to read through. A Mandela Rhodes Scholar reading through your work doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be selected. No, but at least the person has experience. The person has applied for the scholarship, and try to know what is expected from you. So try to give it to somebody to read, or 2 or 3 people to read, and they should give you a review, like, and then take the review and try to correct your essays based on the reviews that were given to you. And I'll say those are some of the tips that you can use to make your essays better. You have lived a lot of experience. Choose the one that is in line with the essay you write, because you should also make sure that your personal statement targets with the essay you are trying to write, the essay on the topic at hand. For example, the essay in our year, you should speak about a topic that is in your community, and what you think can be done to resolve this conflict, to bring about reconciliation. You see, and there are a lot of topics or things that divide the Cameroonian community. Like a lot of them, there are many, like in any society. But I first wanted to speak about homosexuality, because it's really a topic that brings a lot of discussion, a lot of problems, a lot of division in the community. But I do not have a lot to say about it. It's true, many people speak about it in the Cameroonians and everything, but personally, I do not have much exposure or something. It did not touch me personally, you see. I'm not saying that something that touched my community doesn't touch me personally, but like, I did not have an experience myself. I did not experience it. I decided to speak about another topic that still divides my community, which is there's a civil war in my country, the Anglophone crisis. So I decided to speak about it because I have been a victim. It has affected me, like, directly. It has affected me, and personally, you see. And I told myself that I felt like speaking about it is going to, I'll have more elements to discuss about than speaking about the other topic. Though it also, like, I also care about it. Like, people are affected, people suffer because of it. I care about the people and the effects of the other aspect, but the Anglophone crisis was more personal, if you can put it like that. So I spoke about it, and I made sure that I bring out the idea. I try to bring out how my studies are going to help me to contribute in my own way to solving this problem, you see. And that was it. So I elaborated on that in the essays and tried to connect this thing I was saying, was connecting. You try to make sure there's a line connecting everything in your application process. So I tried to make the connection, the link between every aspect of my application process with this essay too. And that was it. I made an essay, read through, followed all the other information, the tips I shared with you already, and yeah. And also make sure that in your essays, you, especially the one on the topic, make sure that you provide data. Like there should be data, verifiable data, something that has been published, something that has been documented on the topic, so that you can always check. And yeah, it's good. It makes your work, it adds some sort of strength and weight to your work, to what you're writing. So I think those are some of the tips I could share. In the description of the video, I'm going to share the link to the website of the foundation, where you can always go there and read more about the foundation, and try to know more about this application procedure and everything. Like, you try to make your own idea of it, and then you can always come back to the video and try to listen more to the previous videos, to this video, and to subsequent videos. And I'm available. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. I'm going to reply, and why not maybe share my email or my WhatsApp contact, and we can always discuss about it and try to see how I can be of help. Thank you very much for following the video till now, and looking forward to seeing you in the subsequent videos. Thank you. Bye bye.